Doug? Yeah.
Huh? No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Alright, we're on?
Just
He's selling water machines,
Oh, okay.
so you gotta make hay when the sun shines,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Make water when the hay.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
We are live.
Okay.
Alright.
Right.
Alright,
Fantastic.
folks, welcome to the Presque City Council meeting for Wednesday, June 5th, 2024. I'd like to call the meeting to order and start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. Ask that you all bear with me. This is my first time
I think so.
at the gavel. So we're going to start off with a Presque Industrial Council membership special meeting.
Well, I'm not sure, should we suspend?
Yeah.
council meeting first,
Yes.
then move forward?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I move we suspend the council meeting for the Presque Industrial Council membership special meeting.
Okay.
Need a second?
I'll second it.
Motion by Craig, second by Hank. All in favor? Okay, good. So
Now I guess we move forward.
with that, we begin the Presque Industrial Council membership special meeting.
Very good. Actually, you folks should have it in your packet with the peace proclamation. It will make it easier for one of you folks to read that. We'll proceed however you like. I don't have a copy of that in front of me, so I can't read that for you. Oops, but I have one now.
Come on forth, come on forth and prosper.
All right, so I, as the executive director, am a member of the membership for that council. And our meeting, this meeting is going to be pointed towards filling the vacated seats that we have and the terms that remain with each one of those seats.
Okay.
So we have a Chamber of Commerce position, which is a 3-year term. You may have that in front of you. And the nominee shall be from an active member from the Central Aroostook Chamber of Commerce upon nomination by the directors of the Central Aroostook Chamber of Commerce, and shall hold office for 3 years unless their membership of the Central Aroostook Chamber of Commerce or sooner terminates. The nomination submitted by the Aroostook Chamber is going to be, and in this case, the nomination is Scott Karen of Karen's Lawn Care. He's an active member of the chamber and he is willing to fill the position. So we're going to ask that the members keep that in mind. The second one that's going to be up for election is a director at large. That director at large shall be elected by the membership upon nomination by one of the 4 directors that represent the City Council or the Chamber of Commerce, and shall hold the office for 3 years. The nominee shall not be a member of either the City Council or the Board of Directors for the Chamber of Commerce. The nomination of the director at large presented is going to be Randy Smith, has been contacted and is willing to take that position. So our nominations with that are going to be Scott Karen as the chamber member, and he has been endorsed by the chamber, and the second nominee will be Randy Smith as the director at large.
Are there any other nominees?
Not at this time. There was quite a lot of vetting done, and these are the people that really wound up at the end.
All right. And I'd move to close the nominations.
Mr. Chairman, I'd move that we accept the name of Scott Karen for the Chamber of Commerce position and put that forward.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Craig, seconded by Hank. All those in favor? Unanimous.
Okay.
Welcome, Scott. And now on to the nomination for a director at large. We have Randy Smith nominated.
Mr. Chair, I'll move that we do accept Randy Smith for the election of Director at Large for the Industrial Council.
Motion made by Hank,
Second?
Seconded by Craig. All those in favor? Super. Unanimous.
Is there anything?
I don't know that there's anything else. All I guess we'd say is at the end of this, there is call a motion for an adjournment. If we are all
Yep.
fine with the business that has been done at hand, and we can adjourn this.
Would you like to make that motion as a member?
I can make that motion as a member, so.
Second.
We have a motion to adjourn the Presque Industrial Council membership meeting for June 5th, 2024, made by Tom Powers and seconded by Craig Green. All those in favor? Unanimous?
Okay,
Very good.
Very
Thank you,
much.
gentlemen.
thank you.
Okay, moving on. Looks like we get to open up public hearings for an approval of a lodging establishment license for Sure Stay Hotel by Best Western with a location of 71 Main Street.
Yes, this is the lodging establishment license for Sure Stay. They have paid all their fees. They have passed their code inspection, and I do recommend approval.
Is there anybody from the community who would like to comment on this? Seeing none, anybody from the council who would like to comment on this? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we close the public hearing and we move to accept the approval of a lodging license for Sure Stay Best Western Hotel, with a location of 71 Main Street.
Second that?
Motion by Craig, seconded by Derek. All those in favor? Unanimous. Motion passes. Thank you. Up next, I'd like to open up the citizen comments portion of our council meeting. Anybody from the audience have any comments? Seeing none? What do I do to close citizen comments? Just drop it at that?
Yep.
All right, then we're on to the consent agenda. Bear with me, guys.
Do you want to take it as one, or?
Yeah, I would like to.
Read through.
For our consent agenda, we have 2024 warrants, number 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, totaling $1,839,650.44. Oh, whoops.
Yep.
I missed the approval of the minutes for May 1, 2024 in there too. What was that? Sorry.
It's on this other part.
Tab 2.
Okay, so for the consent agenda items, item number 2 would be to approve the minutes from May 1st, 2024. Approve the 2024 warrants that I had just mentioned, number 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, totaling $1,839,650.44. Item number 4 would be to approve a construction over limit permit. Item number 5 would be to approve a taxi cab service license for Jeff's Taxi. Item number 6 in the consent agenda would be an application for utility pole permit on Carmichael Street. Item number 7 on the consent agenda would be an application for utility pole permit for Central Drive. And the number 8 would be an application for utility pole permit on Skyway Street. Those items 2 through 8 fill out our consent agenda for this meeting. Do we have a motion to?
I'd motion that.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
if I may interrupt, are
Yes.
we looking to do any discussion on items 4 and 6 through 8?
If
That's
you
up-
want to,
That's up
go
to
ahead.
you guys. If you wish, we can. If you wanna pass it as one, we can. I'm on the fly. I can do whatever.
I'm not opposed to it, I'm just,
Okay, so,
Yeah.
With number 4, I guess I just wanted to make the announcement to the public to make them aware that, of the roads that are gonna be paved, that's this year, correct? So to go along with all the other paving that's going on, Academy Street is going to be paved, starting at Main Street all the way to the Centerline Road. I'm assuming that's kinda by that 3-way intersection. Can you hear me now? All right, so to repeat to the public, there are going to be some additional roads paved in addition to the ones that you're seeing right now. Academy Street is going to be paved from Main Street to Centerline Road, as well as North Street, where the police station is, starting at Main Street all the way to the Fort Road, the intersection kind of by Lowe's. So, I don't know if they have tentative dates, but just to be aware of that as the public for those that are traveling those, and also that have had concerns of those roads, that they are getting fixed.
Do you know if they're going to try fixing anything on Academy and 2nd Street, that entrance, when they do pave Academy Street?
They will, yes. The entrance will be fixed, and then there was also some infrastructure improvements going on Academy Street as well. Yep. Those will be done by the main DOT. The paving schedule for the city is on the website, and is on our website for city paving.
Those would include sidewalks, ADA access and all that, right? Up on Academy Street.
That's what it looks like.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I'd move that we accept the consent agenda as one item.
Second that?
Motion made by Craig, seconded by Derek to approve the consent agenda, items 2 through 8 as presented. All those in favor? Unanimous. On to old business. Let me see here. Agenda item number 9 is a shoreland zoning ordinance. At the last meeting, we tabled the chapter 16 until this June meeting. Looking for a motion to adopt the changes to chapter 16A, shoreland zoning ordinance.
Mr.
And
Go ahead.
and table chapter 16 till later in the meeting.
Basically, you guys tabled it last time,
Yeah.
but when you got to the second one that you passed, you technically passed the first one. The resolve was read for the first one, not the second one, so you have to do them over again, table it, and then pass the 16A. The first one you tabled, the 16, right? Or 16A you tabled.
Yeah, that, Mr. Chairman, you'll need to move to adopt the changes in 16A and table 16, chapter 16, until
Yeah.
the next portion of the meeting.
Okay.
Well, with that said, Mr. Chair, I move that we adopt the changes to chapter 16A, shoreline zoning ordinance, and table chapter 16.
Motion made by Hank, seconded by Derek. All those in favor? Unanimous? Now, item number 10, to public hearing to request to amend chapter 16 land use and development code.
You
So,
tabled that.
That's what we
That's what we just tabled.
that's what we just tabled.
Yes.
So, now we're on to new business. So item number 11 in new business.
No,
no.
all we
No.
did was basically table that for one number,
Yeah.
as far as I gathered.
Yes.
Now we're having to
All right,
pass it.
okay, I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're good. No, we just need the motion made for it.
So we
if
can correct last meeting's.
correct.
All right, so we're gonna pass it, but we have to just reread to pass it, is what
Right.
you're asking for.
Right, you technically wanted to pass it last time, but you read the motion from the one you tabled, so in turn you passed the one you tabled and.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I would move we adopt the changes to chapter 16 land use and development code ordinance.
Motion made by Craig, seconded by Derek. All those in favor?
Hank.
Hank,
It's
sorry.
okay. That's all right.
Unanimous.
Whistling, so-
Motion carries.
Same hairdo. It's hard to can't tell you apart.
My hearing on my right side's not that great too. Whatever. Alright, now on to new business. So item number 11 is an approval of 2024 American Rescue Plan Act ARPA Grant Award Contract Agreement. Tyler, you want to fill us in on what this is?
Yeah, this is a grant for fire department radios. It's a $52,000 grant that we received with a 25% match.
Fantastic.
Will afford our fire department all brand new radios. So
Is this, Kim helped with this? No, I was just asking, just to say thank you.
We've been awarded the money, but we can't receive the money until we sign the contract, which is what basically we're asking you to do.
Right, but
Yeah, in your
you
packet.
helped, what I was saying is you helped find this and process this grant. So I was saying thank you.
Any other questions or discussion?
Uh,
With that, I look for a motion to approve the ARPA Grant Award Contract Agreement for fire department radios.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the ARPA Grant Award Contract Agreement for the Fire Department radios.
Motion made by Derek,
Second?
seconded by Craig. All those in favor? Unanimous. Motion carries. On to item number 12 under new business. It's matching funds for stormwater drainage system grant. Who do we call on to fill us in about this? Tyler, Dana?
while Dana's coming up, I'll just let you know. So this is these are for our stormwater systems, and essentially we are looking for an additional $140,000 to add to the $60,000 budgeted for the match. So that would be a total of $200,000 total, in which the grant itself is up to $4 million. So for $200,000, we could potentially get a $4 million return, and this would significantly help with some of our infrastructure needs. And Dana can go into those.
So since this memo was written, a lot has happened. We've had a online meeting with Maine DOT, who's the funding source for this grant. They've advised us that our plan to assess the citywide stormwater system is not eligible. So we're a little discouraged about that, but we talked to them about, we already have 2 grants from them called stream crossing grants, one for the Egypt Road and one for the Henderson Road at $200,000 each. But those projects are estimated to cost $400,000 to $500,000 each. So the city would be on the hook for $200,000 to $300,000 each. So we asked them, kind of the elephant in the living room, like, well, what if, we haven't asked for any reimbursement, so what if we submit those 2 locations under this main infrastructure adaptation fund? And the answer was yes. The good news about that is the match is 5% instead of stream crossing grants would amount to, in our case, 40 to 50%. So the plan is to submit 2 grants basically under this new program to cover Egypt Road and Henderson Road. And last week, another large culvert on the Reach Road. You're allowed to submit up to 3 grants. They're all 5% match, which is really good. We're working on Echo Lake Sewer System right now. Those are 25 and 50% match. There's 2 grants. One's 25% match and one's 50%. So 5% match is really awesome. So with your approval, we'd like to submit applications for those 3 brook crossings, Egypt Road, Henderson Road, and Reach Road. I have some more good news. Part of the budget process for 2024, the city council approved $110,000 in the Public Works Reserve account for Egypt Road. So I'm requesting that we use that money as the match for these 3 grants. Asking you to actually make a motion. So the motion that was recommended is correct, except for the amount of 200,000 would now be 110,000, which is already approved in the Public Works Reserve budget. Do you have any questions?
That's wonderful, Dana.
Good news.
Hopefully we're really careful how we ask the question, like, will you hold it against us because we've already received the grant or been awarded? Now we're gonna ask, oh, we got a better deal, and they said it won't be held against us. So there's no harm in asking, and if we're not successful, we still have the original grants.
So the 110,000 is already in the budget in the reserve account?
It is, yep. It's in the Public Works Reserve account.
Great.
That's it.
Sounds like a no-brainer.
Thank you.
Well, with that, we're looking for a motion to support the submission of an application to Maine DOT for a Maine Infrastructure Application Fund Grant and to approve up to $110,000 for local match funding.
Councillor, I move that we approve up to $110,000 from the Public Works Reserve account for the Maine DOT Maine Infrastructure Funding Grant.
Motion made by Derek,
I'll second it.
seconded by Hank. All those in favor? Unanimous. Motion carries.
Super.
Item number 13 on our agenda is to schedule a public hearing to adopt Chapter 64 Camping and Loitering Ordinance.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is a draft of a camping and loitering ordinance that will allow for assistance of our police department in the removal of individuals that are trespassing or encamping in areas that are not sanitary or not for that type of use. So we are asking for the first public hearing of the ordinance. Two public hearings would be required.
How far apart could the hearings need to be?
It's a good question.
We can put this on the July,
Yeah, we can put it on the July 10th agenda, but if you'd like to schedule a special hearing, we could do that as well.
So I just saying if we did it for July 10th, but is there any chance to do one in June and then the July 10th would be the final hearing, or?
We can definitely take a look at the calendar, yeah. I mean, yeah, we can schedule one.
I need at least Friday for the Wednesday before,
Mhm.
put it in the paper.
Mhm. It would have to go in the public, for a week, correct?
A week,
Okay.
a week on that one.
Just one more.
So I guess what I would do is I would move that we schedule a public hearing to consider adopting Chapter 64 Camping and Loitering Ordinance, date to be determined in later June, and the final hearing on the July 10th council meeting.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Craig and seconded by Hank. Any discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous. Thanks, guys. Moving on, rather good pace here. Item number 14 is to schedule a public hearing to adopt a proclamation, key to the city, flag display, and ceremonial guidelines ordinance.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, there's a draft ordinance in here for review. It has gone through a legal review as well. We would like to move this to the public hearing for further discussion.
And is this similar to the
It is
last
similar.
one where we need 2 public hearings?
Yes, it is similar. I can schedule for the same evening and work towards the July 10th for a final hearing as well.
So, do the same thing?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So, Mr. Chairman, I would move that we schedule a public hearing for the Chapter 65 Proclamation Key to the City Flag Display and Ceremonial Guidelines Ordinance to be held at the same time as the camping and loitering ordinance in late June and final meeting July 10th.
Motion made by Craig,
Second.
seconded by Derek. Any discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous. Moving on to the manager's report for this month's monthly council meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Oh, that's loud. All right, looking at, well, and since Doug brought it up earlier, we do have Miss Kim Smith has been with us for 10 years in the city as of last month. And in those 10 years, she has brought in $9.9 million in grant money, almost $1 million a year. That's pretty incredible. So I'm going to give her a little round of applause for that because I did some very dirty math, and that's about 17 mils if you think about it. So that's pretty incredible. Thank you. Thank you. Speaking of finances, we did close April $624,000 under budget. We are looking about $300,000 to the good for May as well. Revenues in April were up about $313,000 between the forum, EMS, police. We have revenues are up and doing very well. So very proud of the team for their focus there. Police Department, in May, 1,182 calls. Really appreciate Chief Hayes and the work the team is doing there. AMHC is now within the building and partnering. And in addition, Chief Hayes hosted a homeless stakeholders meeting with ACAP, AMHC, PATH, and Northern Light, and other various organizations this week. And it was a very fruitful meeting. It was a meeting where we all stood together, understood the need to partner and ensure that we work very closely together. In addition, I do want to congratulate Officer Marie St. Peter for graduating the academy last week actually, and Mr. Tyler Seeley, really appreciate him. You may have seen him on a couple slides or swings this past week. He's been out doing foot patrols up and down Main Street and through Riverside. Really appreciate him taking the time to do that. That's been very helpful, and we've had some great results. This weekend at the fire department and PD, there's an open house, so a lot of great events planned there, so I hope the community gets out to see that. Our library, 2,772 visits in the month of May, so amazing job there. Story Walk is up in Mantle Lake, and they are currently putting in, really appreciate the custodial staff there, getting the 228 State Street ready. They're going to be putting in a community garden in June, so great news there. Our rec center, our splash pad is open. I've seen a lot of folks out there using it, and obviously this weather is going to drive a lot of folks down there, so great opportunity there. Basketball season just ended at our rec center. 362 players, over 435 hours of court time, and 128 of those 362 players were non-residents of our immediate district, so we're definitely drawing some folks in. On the tax side, I do want to thank Louis, Maria, and Sigrid for their regional assessments. They've been doing, helping out quite a few towns. 14 in total, is it, Louis? 12. 12 towns in total. They've been out and about quite a bit this past month, really assisting those towns and making sure that they are set up for success. So thank you for that. We talked about grants, we talked about media, events. So exciting news. Really want to thank our facilities team, our forum team, Tyler, Tricia, and Jamie. We have the Mallet Brothers coming August 9th, which is an exciting exciting concert to come in. We were very blessed to have them, and I do appreciate that team and their diligence in ensuring that we fill new frames on that wall as you exit. So very, very exciting there. And in addition, a couple other things we're going to do. I'm not sure if folks are aware, there's a hydrogen balloon flight going from Presque to Europe next week, and we are actually going to make a live call to them while they're in the air over the Atlantic. So they're going to call City Hall, and we're going to live stream that. So pretty cool opportunity to do that. So thank you, Starlink. And then we did talk a little bit about paving. I will make sure that we put an updated or refreshed paving schedule on the website so that we can get it to the top of the list as well. And that is all that I have from... And Rocket on Riverside is next Thursday, June 13th with Star Cindy Syndicate. I hear they're pretty good. Yeah, so very exciting. So thank you.
Great. Thank you, Tyler. Much appreciated. For announcements, we have Presque Fire, well, some of what Tyler had just touched on, a couple of these items. Presque Fire Department will host an open house on June 8th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Encourage everybody to get out and check that out, get up close with all the equipment and check out the fire station and whatnot. So it'll be a great event. We're also having the annual strawberry shortcake sale that takes place on June 11th. And on Thursday, June 13th, from 6 p.m. to 8:30, we'll kick off the first in the series of Rockin' on Riverside with Star City Syndicate, and then again on June 27th with Wally and the Virginians. Great time there. You guys want to get out and check that out and support the cause? It's a good time. Aroostook House of Comfort's annual golf classic will be held on June 15th at the Presque Country Club. Young Eagles at PQI, the airport, a youth flying event on June 15th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Also on June 15th will be the 4th annual Pride Aroostook Festival at Riverside Drive. And the city has the following employment vacancies: a police officer, an economic and community development director, part-time code enforcement officer, airport line service technician. If you or anybody you know may be interested in any of these jobs, feel free to come into City Hall and see Kim, and she will guide you in the right direction. We also have the following vacancies for boards and committees. The assessment review, we're looking for 2 one-year alternates. The audit committee, we're looking for 1 4-year member. The downtown revitalization committee, we're looking for 1 4-year member. The library board of trustees, we're looking for 1 one-year alternate. Rec and parks, we're looking for 3 one-year alternates. The zoning board, we're looking for 1 one-year alternate. And again, please see the city clerk for an application or apply online. The next scheduled meeting of the Presque Isle City Council will be on Wednesday, July 10th, 2024 at 6 p.m. in the council chambers at City Hall. And in addition to that, I would like to wish all of our area graduates the very best in what the future may hold for them. Congratulations, job well done, and here's to a bright and prosperous future for all of you. If anybody else would like to add anything, she's all yours. Well, with that, I look for a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we adjourn and move to executive session pursuant to MRSA. I'm not sure what this one is. 16B? So I don't know. It's, it's not in front of me here, but. What's that?
Do we have an executive?
We don't have it.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the folders.
There's nothing there. No.
There's nothing there.
Cup?
Oh, you don't have one tonight?